I'm Sally Cullen and I've been asked by House Beautiful magazine to talk to you about styling 4 different Christmas tablescapes. This first look, the one in front of me now, which I'm referring to as Opulent, you can see we've got for lots of rich colours. I wouldn't really describe the tablecloth as purple, it's more of an amethyst colour, so there's some red in there. And I've combined that with some rich navy colours. The textures are also really important. I've gone for this lovely linen texture. You don't need to worry too much about ironing these. It's not about being starched and pristine. It's more about having something that feels good. And the textures are really important, as I say. I've gone for these feathered birds. One of my favourite top tips is this gorgeous floral display. It looks like it's real. It kind of is, and sort of not. I've cheated. I've started off with a wreath that isn't real, but then I've added some real flowers, these hydrangeas heads that you can get from any florist. Another little top tip, if you've got some time on your hands or some children who want to get involved, these gilded pears, they are just actual pears, and then you can buy some gold leaf from any art supply store. It just takes a bit of time to go over it with a paintbrush, but the effect is really gorgeous. My last top tip is about grouping baubles together on the table. Tree decorations don't just have to be for your Christmas tree, and this is a great way of creating a centerpiece. Just layer together all the different colors, find a plate or a platter that you're not using, and then you can put that right in the center and it creates a great focus point for everyone. This is our second look. This is our minimal dining table. As you can see, it's full of lots of crisp, light, bright colours, very fresh, which I think is a real breath of fresh air around Christmas time. A few of my favourite top tips about this table. These little house plants make really lovely favours for your guests. And I've just wrapped the plant pots in some hessian with a bit of string just to make it feel more like a little gift, and they can take that with them. And another favourite tip I've got is rosemary, which you'll all have at home at Christmas, I'm sure. I've just tied them into little wreaths to make these really sweet place names, and I've just handwritten the names. I love that, that's such a simple takeaway tip. The last thing I want to talk about is how to add height on your table. Obviously I've got these great Christmas tree ornaments, but some of them weren't quite the right height, so I've used some of my books at home just to lift them up. And you could do like a table centre with the books and have things staggered at different heights, but it's just nice to have different things to look at on the table, give it all a bit of interest. I really like this one. This is definitely for the minimalist in your life. Welcome to my third and favourite tablescape today. This is so much fun. This is all about the brights, little colour pops, the amazing striped tablecloth that acts as a backdrop to all of it. And I just want to tell you about some of my favourite little tips. The first one is so much fun to do. It's a place name, but it's made from candy canes. You just stick them together and then add your little handwritten note to say who's sitting where. So much fun. And of course, edible. Who doesn't like that for Christmas? Another little idea I had, and I'm all about the favours for this, particularly if this might be a table for children. And these are little individual personalised boxes, and you could fill them with sweets. Another top tip for this table are drinks identifiers. I don't know if you've seen these in the past. They're little charms that go onto your drink so you don't forget whose drink is whose, except I've gone really overscale with this one, and I've gone for these really beautiful tassels. Overall, this is just such fun, and you could do this for a kid's party as well, actually. It's not just for Christmas. Welcome to our fourth and final Christmas tablescape. This is a slightly traditional table, but we've tried to make it feel a bit more contemporary by changing up the colours from traditional reds and greens to slightly more muted tones. One of my favourite top tips for this is foraged foliage. Literally go into the back garden, take some greenery down, and then I've just run it through the centre of the table. I've woven it through the glassware and the plates. Obviously, this is really cheap and easy thing to do, and you don't need to spend money on a traditional garland. This will do just as well. Another one of my little tips to take away is adding things like Christmassy fruit. This pomegranate is so pretty. The jeweled C's really pick up in the candlelight. My third and final tip here is all to do with Christmassy fragrances. Everyone loves the smell of mulling spice, so I've put out a little plate with some cinnamon and star anise, and it looks really pretty, but it smells great now. All that's left for me to do now is wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. Cheers!